October is just about to hit, and we've got a big crop of upcoming, fantastic looking games. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 10 games you need to play in October 2018. Number 10 is Call of Cthulhu, which is a direct adaptation of the story and the pen and paper game. Call of Cthulhu has been the subject of quite a long development process, which has actually yielded another game, but that game isn't coming out this month. We will probably talk about it when it does, but this game has what they're calling a semi-open world, and is based in investigation, as well as incorporating stealth into what is obviously a cosmic horror-oriented story. What we've seen of this game is extremely atmospheric. It's got beautiful graphics. The environments that they've designed are extremely lived in looking. And the way that you put together clues as you uncover them, I think is a pretty cool way of doing it. This is one I've been looking forward to for a while, and I'm definitely going to be playing it. It comes out on October 30th on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. Number 9 is Mega Man 11, which is of course an intended return to the seminal series on its 30th anniversary, or 31st, I can't keep track of it honestly. But I don't think anybody really has to care. It's a Mega Man game that looks like they've pretty accurately reproduced the physics, or at least to some degree, but with 3D graphics that don't look super half-assed like a certain more mighty-oriented attempt at this same revival of gameplay style. What makes me so happy is just how much this looks good. If you've played the demo, it really seems like a Mega Man game, and in the traditional sense, with of course some modern upgrades like the way that you select powers and the rush coils assigned to a single button. Lots of quality of life improvements, but it looks like the formula actually remains the same, and the graphics are beautiful. It's everything you could ask for, honestly. If the entire game lives up to the quality of the demo, I'm really excited for it. It hits on October 2nd for Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and of course Nintendo Switch. Number 8 is Super Mario Party, a game that you know what it is. It's Super Mario Party. It's a bunch of mini games, not quite as many as WarioWare, but pretty mini compared to a full game. They're party games. You sit down, you have your fun, you get everybody together, you get a pizza, you get some 2 liters, you don't mention which brand it is because none of them paid you. That's right, soda brands. You could have gotten in on this, but you didn't. And you figure out how the Joy-Cons work. I mean, Mario Party is such a fun way of wasting time with friends. It always has been, and to have the new Nintendo Switch version of it, probably the most fun version of it, I know I'm excited for it. There's not a lot to say. I mean, we all know what it is. It's the latest version, it's the Switch version. We've kind of all wanted it, and it's coming. It's hitting on the 5th, exclusively on Nintendo Switch, obviously. Say goodbye to your weekends. Number 7 is World War III, in case that's something you want to be thinking about. I know I don't, but you know, still a cool game. It's a multiplayer FPS with an obvious military flair set in a global conflict that nobody wants but seems inevitable. Am I talking about the game or am I talking about real life? I sure hope I'm just talking about the game. There's a lot of really cool features here. It's kind of a modern warfare-like game from what I've seen of it. If you're up for some very modern looking, very unfortunately, possibly a bit real seeming war scenarios, it does look like quite a quality game. I'll be checking it out. It's going up on early access on the 19th. We'll see what happens with that because it does look like a quality title, so check it out. Number 6 is WWE 2K19, which we actually have a fair amount of new stuff going into. We kind of all know that a WWE game is a game where WWE happens, but they actually went ahead and made like a campaign for Daniel Bryan. It's called the 2K Showcase mode, and they felt like it was a good idea because of how well his story resonates with pretty much everybody who watches WWE, and it just seems like a good story to tell. And to be frank, yes, I agree. They've also upped the amount of wrestlers that can be in the ring at any given time to 8. It was only 6 before, and they claim that the frame rate is not going to have any issues, which is very good. That was a previous kind of weak point for the series, especially given this is the modern gaming era, and there's not a lot of excuses for a game like this to have bad frame rate issues, and sometimes it very much did. And apparently the commentary is getting a big facelift as well. Number 5 is Soulcalibur 6, which it's been a while for Soulcalibur. There was times when we kind of thought it was going to languish a little bit, but fortunately they're doing something where they consider it a reboot, with the intent to revisit the first Soulcalibur's story, saying that they're going to be uncovering hidden truths. Now, obviously we've been through that story a couple of times at this point, but not with Geralt of Rivia, and we will be this time with Geralt of Rivia. You'll be able to play as him. Now, they've been working on this game for a few years, and they've taken their time. I'm kind of thinking they might actually have it right, because like I said, the last couple of Soulcalibur games have been phoning it in a little bit. It kind of seems like this is an attempt to bring it back to its former glory, and I really hope that that works, because I loved Soulcalibur when it first came out, and I will be playing Soulcalibur 6 when it comes to Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on the 19th. Number 4 is Forza Horizon 4. Obviously, of the two Forza series, the more fun, a little bit more over the top, less concerned about the realism-oriented game, and one monster of a racing series. Honestly, I love Forza Horizon. Maybe I'm a little bit biased towards Horizon even, I would say. I prefer it to the regular mainline series, and that makes me happy because it's been a while since the last one. It's not like we didn't have a Forza to tide us over, but if I'm honest, I like Horizon a lot better. I also think it's cool that they've incorporated seasons into this, lots of new cars, and a synchronized online shared world, which will no doubt give it a little bit of its own flavor, literally having 72 players on the map at any given time. There's been a lot of positive buzz around this game, and it's coming very soon. I can't wait to play it. I will be on the 2nd. It's hitting on Windows and Xbox One. If you like Forza Horizon, this is obviously what you're going to be doing that day. Number 3 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, supposedly the completed transformation of Assassin's Creed from stealth action to stealth RPG action thing. But yeah, the intent is obviously to place more emphasis on the role-playing elements of it. Now, obviously we don't know exactly how that's going to play out without having actually played the full game, but I'm intrigued on account Origins did lean into that direction a little bit more than its predecessors, and I think it worked. You'll be able to either fight on the side of Athens or Sparta in a fictionalized war, and obviously as an assassin, you'll be using stealth to aid your side in whatever you do. Truthfully, I think this has massive potential because Origins was great, and it's really awesome that they've actually been working on making this series into one that is worthy of maybe the kind of development that should have happened earlier on. I'm pretty excited for it. It's coming the 5th to Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 2 is Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and although we do have this on a Games of the Month that you need to play, I do want to express that I am disappointed there isn't a campaign. However, the Black Ops gameplay, I don't know if you remember, I did the Before You Buy on Black Ops 3. It's great. I always enjoy Black Ops. I think they do a good job of sort of progressing the Call of Duty series, and I'm hoping that's what they do here. I am a little bit more hesitant, but I also know that people definitely will be talking about this game one way or the other, and there is some talk that the Battle Royale is at least superior to PUBG if it's even based on frame rate alone regarding the console version. So, I mean, there's positives, and it's going to be a big game one way or the other. I'd say approach with care, but I mean, for what it is, it's probably going to be pretty good. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows on the 12th. And finally, number 1, the big one, Red Dead Redemption 2, which really looks like the true masterpiece of Rockstar games. This is a beautiful game in a way that no Rockstar game has been. And that's not to denigrate Grand Theft Auto 5, because it's a pretty game, especially the upgraded version of it. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is gorgeous. And, well, it's a Red Dead Redemption game. It's Grand Theft Cowboy. Except for, as we know from previous ones, usually the story is a little bit more intense, the world is a little bit more immersive, and the characters are always extremely well developed. I don't know what I can tell you that will make Red Dead Redemption 2 look better. In fact, there's probably not anything, but it's probably the year's biggest, most important game. And I'm definitely going to be playing it on the 26th when it comes to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It'll no doubt be on PCs sometime later, but it's hitting consoles first. Couple of quick bonus games for you. First, Warriors Orochi 4. It is a sequel to the crossover series that's a combination between Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. It has an absolutely absurd story and doesn't matter at all. It's a Dynasty Warriors / Samurai Warriors crossover. That's the reason you play it. It's hitting on the 16th on Switch, Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Next is Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, a post-apocalyptic action-adventure game in which you're attempting to find your beloved in a vast wasteland. That hits on the 2nd for PlayStation 4. We've got a Resonance of Fate 4K remaster, and by all accounts it looks pretty good. It's an RPG that is based mostly in guns and stuff, brands itself as an aerobatic gun combat game, and frankly it's a cool game. Looks good considering it is not a new game. They did a good job remastering it. It's hitting on PS4 and PC on the 18th. And finally, LEGO DC Supervillains, which is an action-adventure game that acts as a spin-off to the LEGO Batman trilogy in which you obviously take control of the supervillains. That's coming the 16th to Windows, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. What games are you going to play in October? Hopefully at least some of these. Leave us a comment, let us know what you're thinking, and if you want to see the newest videos we upload every single day, make sure to click subscribe and the notification bell. That way you will always be the first in line. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.